Hi everyone. So to have a more better understanding and some kind of fluency in if condition, we will try an example. Okay. So with what we have learned now. So what you see in the screen is what we learned now, right? So I will normally make it as usual as LCS because it was else earlier, right? That's fine. And we will say. So you understand what I do if you watched the previous video or one or two videos. So if you don't understand, just go and watch them and come back. So let's start from here, right? So let's take a simple example. Let's say you are entering a what do you call website, maybe an adult website. So they are asking you age. Okay. So what you do is if your age is more than 18, so they should I'm just saying it doesn't make sense, but still I'm saying they should, let's say you a green LED should be on. That means you are allowed to get into that. So don't ask me why website don't have LEDs. Obviously that doesn't make sense, but still just think about the scenario, right? So if this is more than 18, a green LED will be on. So you may think like you are entering a theater that is running a 18 plus movie, so or English movie. So kind of movie, anyway, any movie, any 18 plus movie. So we can say English movie because that is kind of generalism, but I'm saying okay, any 18 plus movie. Okay. So we have to make an green LED, let's say website or theater or whatever. If your age is exactly 18, we have to switch on a blue LED. Okay. So that means tentative. We may allow or we may not allow, we have to take a decision. If you are less than 18 and they have to give you a red LED, that means you cannot enter the website. Okay. Things like that. So or you cannot enter the movie theater. So I will have an scenario what do you call as 18. Let's say the value as not 18, let's say first we will fix it as 20. So I will change the name if you want, like age. So you can have any variable name, right? Any name to the variable, right? It can be X, age, or G, anything you want, right? So I give the variable name as age because people who read it will understand, okay, he's trying to validate the age actually. If I say X, if somebody reads, they may not understand. I may have to add a comment. But if I say age, then I don't have to add a comment, right? So let's keep the serial begin here. So just don't worry. And let's say so I will name the LEDs as well. So I will connect one LED to pin number 10, let's say. So I will name the LED as blue. So you can give any name you want, right? So blue is what? Pin number 10. Okay. So that's fine. Or you can name it as B if you feel like, okay, blue is big, you can use it as B. Any name you can keep, right? So I will give blue. Yeah, blue is fine. And so int green. First we'll start from green, right? So green 10. Okay. So blue is 11 and red is 12. So you have to connect the particular LEDs to the particular pins. So there might not be excuses on that. So like that. Okay, 12. So you connected all the LEDs, everything is fine, and you have variable age to verify that. Okay, so you don't have to connect anything to pin number 20 because that is something else. So these are pins, these three things. Okay, so things like that. And then in the void setup you have to mention pin mode, right? So that is true because you are going to play around with the LEDs. So my screen may be small, so you may have to go through the video, and also at the end of the code video I will scroll down the screen so that you can have a look on the code. If you want, you can write it down, right? So I will say green. So you know these things because I told you these things already. So green output. Okay, that's totally fine. So like that I have to give output to all of these pin modes. So pin mode blue output. Okay, so blue output. Likewise red also output. Okay, so you know those things, right? Red output. So you can have GRB if you want. It doesn't have to be making sense always. The variable names doesn't have to be making sense, like green, blue, red. If you understand G if you understand G is green, you can use G. If you understand B is blue, you can use B. If you understand R is red, you can use R. It's up to you. Or you can use X, Y, Z. It's up to you. But if you use green, blue, red, whenever you read it, you will understand, this is green LED, blue LED, red LED. So if I use X, you don't know. I know, but you don't know, right? So like that. So the persons who read that code will also understand if you write green, blue, red, if you give the name like that. Otherwise, you only will be understanding, most probably. So it's up to you. It's your choice. I'm just saying it. Okay, those fine. So first we will come to this logic, right? So I made the final one as else, so that this loop is complete if, else if, and then else. Okay, so that's fine. You may need to have anything like there's no rule right like that, right? Because you saw those things in the last video. So let's go to the task. So first thing is if x is greater than 18. Okay, so what is the meaning of that? So what is the range? All the ages that are more than 18 will be included. So up to 100 or even 200 will be accepted. Okay. So I'm just saying 200 is not there, but I'm just saying. So plus all the 18 plus ages will be included. So we are not serial printing any values. What we are doing is we are switching on an LED. So what is the rule for that? Digital write. Okay, so what is the LED? Green LED. Okay, so green LED. Green should be high. So what you will do is you will say high. So you know these things because we studied it already in the blink. So LED green would be high. We used X, now we are using the name green instead of X. So X means green. That's all fine, right? So this is just a name. Don't think green has some meanings. Green has no meaning except we understand it as green. According to the Arduino, it is just a name like X. That's all. Okay. Arduino doesn't have any meaning for green. Okay. So then else if means if this if is not true, say let's say you are not 18 plus, you are exactly 18, let's say. Okay. So then since you are not 18 plus, so whatever the ages 18 and less than that will be moved to check to next part of the condition. So what is the next part? Else if. So within that else if, the age again will be checked. So if this here, what will be checked? If only it is 18, this loop will be included. Okay. So x is equal to 18. So if this is true, if the age is exactly 18, what we will do is we will I will copy this. We will copy. I'll paste it here so that it's what's happening here. So that it is. Oh my god. Okay, so I will make blue high because it is tentative. You may be allowed, you may not be allowed. Maybe you have to check other things. And we can have an else. Okay, that's fine. So within that else means what? You are not allowed to get in. That means okay. Let's see within that else what is the age that can come. So 18 plus have covered, 18 has covered. So any age that is less than 18 will be coming for this else condition. Yes or no? So there is a comment, right? These are comments. So just for our understanding. So now what you have to do is you have to make the red LED on. Okay. So you have to make the red LED on. That's fine. Okay, so I will go for red. So this is beautiful, right? Because you have already done the task. So this x is age. It's not x. I'm sorry. It has to be age, right? So I will change x as age. So for Arduino, x and age are same because it is just a name. For us to make some sense, I'm using the name as age. Okay, variable name, x name. The name of x I am changing it as age because I want to, or someone else who read the code will understand. Okay, he's taking the age. Otherwise, they will think, what is x like that? Then I will have to explain them. All good, right? No worries. So less than 18 will be coming. So red is on. So everything is fine. So it seems everything's done, right? So since age is 20, so the first loop will be running, first if condition. All the else if and else will be skipped, and green LED will be on. It's logic. So if you change the x value, age value, it will change accordingly. If it is 18, blue will be on. If it is 15, the less than 18 means red will be on. That is fine. Apart from that, what I want to tell, yeah, everything is fine. So and also remember this, here we manually defined age value. So in a scenario, real life scenario, we will ask the user to enter the age value and we will assign that entered value to age. So that thing you don't need to worry now, you just think like that. We will do it in the real scenario like that. Here for our convenience we just assign values manually to age. That's all fine. So now the problem is, what if some bugger is entering an age like 0, or he can enter like -10? Possible, no? So those value also will come within that else condition, right? Because less than 18, no? But these are not realistic values, right? See this? These are not realistic values. Yes or no? Yes. So we have to separate them. So how to separate them is, because if we have an else here, so every value will be included into that. But what we want is the ages that are greater than 0 and less than 18 should be coming. So the less than whatever the age comes within that to be checked within the else loop is automatically 18, less than 18, because if the age is more than 18 plus, we have already taken this here within this line 15 and we skip everything else. Then if the age is exactly 18, we do that thing within that line number 18, and that means within this else if, and we skip the rest. So when the program, if the program is coming for this else, that means only the age that is less than 18 is available now. The rest is taken away. So we know this. That is a precondition, right? So if I say if the age is more than 0, that what is the meaning of that? Already it is coming, less than 18 ages are coming. Now I am also saying more than 0. That means the ages 0 to 18 will be in the range, will be checked. Because 20 will not be having the chance, because 20 will be filtered here itself. You understand? At the line number 15, 20 will be taken. Okay, so if I say more than 0 here, obviously that means the ranges from 0 to 18. So from our common sense, we can do that. So to validate that, to make that 0 and -10 not to happen, what I will do is I will make this else loop as an else if condition. Okay, and I will say if age is more than 0. Okay, so and I will take these things off because it takes. Okay, so now anyway less than 18 ages will be coming to the line number 21. So keeping in the line number 21, I am also filtering it to be more than 0. So if someone is entering 0 or someone is entering -10, this thing will not happen. Okay, this loop also falls and program will come out of the loop. So if you want to validate that also, let's say you are going to give an error message, this is a wrong age. So what you can do is you can now have an else loop, else part, because I said you can have as many as if and else ifs. So this if condition have any number of wives, so you don't need to worry. So the final wife is else, his wife is else, his final wife. So within that else you can write a simple else. So we know that even if we skip this, if this else if also skipped, that means what? Now we have 18 plus 18 and 0 to 18 also we have. So every other value will be a less than 0 value. There is no other chance. Okay, so then every other value will be giving an error message or discarded. So simple else is enough, because everything else is less than 0. So because all the other values are covered here, as you can see this green values. So 0 to 18 is covered, 18 is covered, and 18 plus is covered. So now if the program comes to this else, that means somebody has entered a value that is less than 0. That is the rest here. Nothing else is there. See, everything else is covered in those lines. So you just have an else. So else must be a minus value or 0 value. There is no other value. So what is the range of else? Else will be 0 or minus values. Okay, you get the point. Else will be 0 or minus values. So -1, -2 like that. So for everything else, that means for any other values that is 0 or minus the range, we are going to give an error message. So we will serial print your input is wrong input. So we will say so this is how we validate it, right? So you are thinking in such a way, right? Different possibilities, because people can enter some crazy values, because people are crazy, right? So there are crazy people. So serial print, you can enter some values. So what is the value you can enter? You go wrong input. Okay, so wrong age. So you can discard that guy. Okay, so you can this else also you can make it as an else if loop, and you can have less than or 0 as a condition, but you don't need, because every other values that is passing out all these if and else if conditions will be less than or equal to 0, obviously. So you don't need to have an else if, you just can have an else. Okay, every other value. So and you can print serial print wrong input. So if you have followed up all my if else condition videos, you will obviously understand what I am talking in this video. So if you have any weak points, if you don't understand something, the better choice is watch the previous videos and come back to this video. And also I want to ask another important thing here. The problem is, let's say somebody less than 18 is coming and he gets a red alert, okay, red light on. So 3 LEDs are, let's say, next to each other. So after that, next time another guy is coming, so he is pressing that 18 plus guy, so 20 years old, he's saying I'm 20 years old and green light will be on. The problem is, did we switch off the red light? Not yet, because the previous guy has switched on it by giving his value, but it doesn't go off yet. But the new guy has come. Now when he press a switch, green light is now becoming on, but already the red is also on. So even though the green is now becoming on, the red is also on, right? So 2 lights on. You get the point. So the problem is, it's a bit confusing, okay? So and again he went off, we didn't switch off the green light, then another guy comes, okay? So he comes and presses switch, okay? And he sees already 2 bulbs on, blue is also on, okay, blue is also on, and he gets confused. Yeah, if he see that blue is on, then it's okay, but still the 3 all are on, right? He can see blue from off to on state it comes, but apart from that all the 3 are on. That doesn't make much sense. So what the thing is, when the green guy for green is switching on the green light, we have to switch off the other 2. This is very important. And when the blue guy is pressing the switch, while we are making on the blue, we have to switch off other 2. Likewise, when the red guy is switching on his light, we have to switch on the red and we have to switch off the other 2. Whether they are on or off, we don't know, but we off. If it is off, if you say it is off, please make it off. If it is off, it will be off. If we say make it off, if it is on, it will be off. You understand what I'm talking about? If I am saying you, go and switch off the light, okay? If the light is on, you will switch off. Otherwise, you will go and see, make sure it is off and come back. The same scenario. Anyway, you have to switch off them. Switch off the other bulbs. That is very important. Otherwise, it will be confusing. So let's say 3 guys came and all the lights are on. The 4th guy is coming. So he wants the green to be on. He presses a switch. Green is already on, but he is again telling to be on. So it will be on anyway. But other 2 also on. So all the 3 are on. So he will get confused. So what I am saying is, if one condition become true, you have to make other 2 conditions as false. Otherwise, all the LEDs will be on. What is the point? So what you have to do is, okay, this green guy is now coming inside. He is switching on that LED. So this is a validation actually. He is making the green high. So meanwhile, we have to make other 2 as low. So whether the other 2 was earlier on or off, when he presses a switch, other 2 goes off or stay off and green only will be on. So that command you have to write. So what you have to do is, you have to write some validations. So simply, it's not a big deal. You have to copy this line. Okay, look at this. It's very simple. First I will switch off blue, because this is green area now. Blue, low. So when you're doing something, you have to do it this way, right? Blue, low. LOW. So fine. So and also you have to switch off red as well. So I will do that as well. The video is going too lengthy, but still it's very important, right? Okay. Low. So the same scenario we're going to apply some other places as well. So I will copy this, so it will be easy to me to go around. I don't know what that's going to happen. Okay. So now blue is high. So I want to make sure here it has to be red, right? So I'm sorry. I have to make sure the rest is low. So blue on means green and red are low. So you see green is low here, so I will make red as also low. Okay, so now I will write green first. That makes more sense. I mean, easy to understand. Green low and red low. This is fine, right? So again, same here also. Okay, so I will paste this. So here red is on, so he is not allowed. So green and blue has to be off. So that's fine, right? Blue is low, green is low. So I have to change the order again. Green and blue. So when a guy who is not allowed comes now, okay, so maybe the last guy's light is on now. So the guy who is not allowed is coming. So he is giving an input. So now we have to switch off the last guy's bulb and other 2 bulbs also. If there is on or not, we switch off everything and we have to give him a message as wrong input. So if in his case, all the light has to be off, because the guy who comes before him, if he has a green light, if this bugger is giving his age as wrong, he also the green light will be on now, right? Because this is his condition, else part. So this is going to run. So here I have to switch off all the bulbs. You understand what I'm talking about? So when we are giving an input to him, giving the wrong input message. Meanwhile, we have to make sure is a good word for this. We have to make sure every other light is off. So I copy all these things and switch off everything. So simply, because no matter whoever came earlier, whoever did whatever, we switch off everything. We actually make everything neat and clean. Okay, so there's no confusion. So he shouldn't have any light indications. So this kind of real life scenario must be applied to Arduino. Otherwise, you will be confusing. I am giving the correct output, but everything is not working. So that's all I want to tell. So you learned some basic things today. So and also remember, I'm used double equals to compare the values as equal. So this is comparative operator, comparative or some operator if I am correct. And when I assign the values, I am using single equal. So this is assignment operator. Okay, so you should know this. If you are checking a condition using the equals in if condition, as whether it is equal or not, you have to use double equals. You know that. So in today's video, so we saw some important things. So please know this. Look at the code in the void loop, because and the green color things are comments. So you don't need to worry about that. Comments mean that will not be taken into the consideration. So just I will add a comment here as well. So with double slash we write comments so that people who read will understand what is happening. So that will not be considered as coding part. So you can write any comments you want with double slashes. So whatever you write after double slashes will be comments. So this is it. So you studied if and else conditions, and you studied how to validate the minus values and giving a wrong input. So if we are saying greater than 0 at the third place, why does it make sense? Because we make sense as 0 to 18. 20 will not be there, because earlier in the line number 15, 20, line number 20, so line number 15, 20 will be filtered. So less than and equal 18 will be coming after that. And after line number 20, only less than 18 values will come. So if we have only greater than 0, that is enough at the line number 25. So that you understood. And if else and else loop, so how to validate, you understood. Apart from that, you understood an important thing of switching off the other lights. So I hope you understood the concept by we switched off the other lights. So it's very important in the real life scenario. And also you know how to have double equal, why we have double equals also. So I will scroll down this video. So if you don't understand, watch the previous videos and come back. I will start from the beginning and scroll it up so that you can have a look at the code. So this is the starting point of the code. So you can pause the video and write it down if you want, or take a picture, and I will scroll it down up. So the code, okay, I'm scrolling it up and the code ends here. Hope everything is fine. Hope you learned something very, very important today. So please consider subscribing us. I will catch you up in the next video. Until then, have a great day. Bye.